Visualization is something that I always found very interesting. When I was a young buck, my older brother Tony and I loved to watch Reverend Ike on television. Reverend Ike would say, "You can't lose with the stuff I use." Tony and I loved watching Reverend Ike and his visualization sessions. During some of Reverend Ike's television ministry shows, Reverend Ike would have these visualization sessions where he would ask the congregation and home viewers to close their eyes and visualize yourself sitting in a room full of money. The money surrounds you as you sit in a chair in the middle of a room. Just you and the chair and money all around you, money going all the way up to the ceiling. So Tony and I would sit there with our eyes closed, smiling ear to ear at the intoxicating thought. I always remember how good I felt after visualizing with Reverend Ike. It was mind-blowing. Even at the tender age of 10, I realized the power of visualization. So fast forward, the year is 2020-something, and I decide that to enhance my meditation practice, I could try a different type of meditation visualization. Traditionally, I have several different techniques to my practice sessions. This night I decided that I would set an intention to meditate during sleep. The kicker is I figured that if I visualized myself diving in deep water and that the deeper I went in the water, the deeper I would go in consciousness. Sounds like a plan? Right. So I prepared, set the intention, looked at the clock, 11 p.m., and hit the bed and crashed out. After a couple of random CHARWREN dreams, I find myself in a deep, dark abyss. I'm in full diving mode, swimming down, down, down. I start thinking to myself, it's working. I'm conscious and I'm going down, representing me going further in consciousness. This is amazing. Just then I reached the bottom. As soon as I reached the bottom, the water parted like a curtain and a being of immense proportions stepped out from behind the water as though it were a curtain. I thought I was going to shit myself. This being was so tall that I came up to his waist. It was clear to see this being was some type of guardian and was not going to allow me to go any further. This being wore a samurai-looking outfit. One bizarre feature I noticed was the monotone color of the being. I really didn't get that much of a look because I was out of there as soon as I saw him. So I'm swimming as fast as possible to get to the surface. Legs kicking and arms swinging like someone hit the fast forward button and I'm doing double time. Finally I break through the surface of the water only to be shocked. The water was jet black with no signs of life anywhere. The sky was kinda purple and red. In the distance I saw two mountains that had clouds hovering at peaks. The whole scene seemed to be very gloomy and dreary, almost otherworld-like. I'm starting to feel that I made a huge mistake with this particular visualization. The next thing I know is that I'm back home, in my bed, safe and sound. Man, that was intense. I said out loud. As I sat on the side of the bed recounting the chain of events that I just went through, I glanced up at the clock on top of the dresser drawers and it read 4:44 a.m. Sheesh, now I have to get up. I thought. I felt exhausted, like when you have one of those dreams that you have been walking all night, never getting to your destination. Well, that's how I felt. Nonetheless, I got up, so I could get out and get something. Before, during and after stepping out of the shower, all I could do was replay the dream I just had in my head. Upon careful consideration, I realized that I did in fact expand my consciousness through that particular visualization technique. However, I would never do it again. Peep this out though. About 3 months later I was watching that show, Ancient Aliens, and they were revealing an area in the South Pacific region that contained a hotbed of UFO or UAP activity, and when I saw those mountain peaks with the hovering clouds and black water, I thought I was going to have the big one. The piece showed different stills and video that people had taken over the years. It was indeed plain for me to see that there are so many mysteries and so much magic once we choose to look below the surface.